Earth, also known as the blue planet, is called this as one of its most unique characteristics is that 71% of its surface is covered by water. The ocean nurtures life all across the globe and shows evidence of life's evolutionary beginnings. It's undeniable the importance the ocean has on Earth's biological, chemical, and physical characteristics. Despite knowing this, the ocean and all life on Earth face a grim future. Earth now faces its 6th mass extinction event, and the ocean lies at the heart of it. The ocean stores and traps greenhouse emissions, but human activity are pushing the ocean to its limit and beyond what it has faced for millions of years. Humans have also rapidly developed technology in fishing techniques, rapidly pushing different marine species towards extinction and harming their unique ecosystems such as coral reefs, seagrass meadows, and kelp forests. Marine ecosystems provide us with food, fuel, mineral resources, pharmaceuticals, all while regulating our climate and protecting our coasts from storms. The need to protect them has never been higher. To save our oceans, we need to understand their spiritual, educational, and recreational value, and work together with governments and companies to reduce our harm. Whether it is finding alternative protein sources other than fish, seeking renewable energies such as solar, or implementing more marine protected areas, the time to act is now. Coral reefs and seagrass meadows are the major structures in our oceans, creating habitats that support life, shaping and protecting our coastlines, and feeding our ever-growing population. These once thriving ecosystems are now buckling under the pressure of human-induced impacts. Hard and soft corals provide the basis for functioning coral reefs, which are some of the planet's most biologically diverse and valuable ecosystems. They support about 25% of all marine species, even though they cover only about 1% of the ocean floor. From supporting fisheries to billion-dollar tourism industries, coral reefs provide jobs, food, coastal protection, and cultural identity for millions of people worldwide. But warming waters and rising ocean acidity are pushing reefs beyond their limits. Corals are made up of tiny animals called coral polyps. These tiny polyps secrete a hard calcium carbonate exoskeleton that forms the reef structure. Also, within this structure live tiny algae, which provide food and color to the corals. As sea temperatures continue to rise, the corals eject these tiny algae, leaving behind pale skeletons. If the sea temperatures remain too high, the algae will not return to the coral and the coral starves. In Australia alone, we've lost over 9% of living hard coral cover in just 41 years. This isn't a loss, it's a collapse. The coral reefs aren't the only crucial habitat lying beneath the surface. Seagrass meadows provide shelter and food for turtles, dugongs, and species vital to Australia's economy like snapper, prawns, and the western rock lobster. Across Australia, these meadows are disappearing. In Princess Royal Harbour, up to 80% of seagrass has vanished since the 1960s. Seagrass loss is mostly to blame on human activities. Nutrient pollution fuels algae that smother the grass, blocking the sunlight and halting photosynthesis. Once the canopy is lost, sediments are stirred up, keeping light levels low, even long after the pollution has been stopped. This means seagrass losses are a long-term issue, and the restoration tends to be expensive, difficult, and often unsuccessful. When coral reefs are bleached and seagrass meadows vanish, biodiversity collapses, coastal protection weakens, fish stocks plummet. The communities that rely on these systems are being left more and more vulnerable. This is the impact. It's often unnoticed and not always in daily headlines, but if we don't make a change, the damage will be beyond repair.
So specifically the Rottnest Island Authority, we work in conjunction with the Department of Primary Industries and Development, or Fisheries as most people know it. So the way our sanctuary zones were started in the early 2000s was the Rottnest Island Authority, proposed it and put together that this is what we want, and then we worked in collaboration with fisheries, and it's legislated under their act, which I'm going to read it, the Fish Resource Management Act 1994. It's legislated under their act, but we co-manage it, I guess. So us as rangers on the island have a strong role in the compliance, as do fisheries. It's a joint effort, and then the monitoring of it is also a collaborative effort between fisheries and Rottnest and DBCA and universities as well.
Part of having sanctuary zones and broader zoning in a marine reserve is monitoring. So we do a variety of monitoring projects to determine how everything's tracking. So we use dated underwater cameras to measure fish abundance and size and can track that through time. We also do seagrass surveys to determine the health of the seagrass around the island, particularly in the context of warming waters. We want to make sure the seagrass is healthy.
The oceans are teeming with life beneath the surface. Huge schools of fish move as one organism, creating shifting patterns in the water. This fragile balance has long nourished coastal communities and sustained the global economy. The sea provided a livelihood, and everyone took their share with respect. However, over the years, technology has transformed our approach to fishing. Nets have become larger and the number of vessels have increased. Gigantic trawl nets scrape the seabed, capturing tons of fish in a single haul. What was once a sustainable activity has become a massive extraction industry. Bycatch now accounts for 40.4% of the estimated 95.2 million tonnes of fish caught worldwide each year. At this rate, many species no longer have time to regenerate, and 34.2% of fisheries are overexploited. In response to this crisis, new practices have emerged, such as aquaculture, which allows 500 aquatic species to be farmed worldwide. Producing fish in a controlled environment can reduce pressure on wild stocks. However, this solution is not perfect. It can lead to water pollution by promoting eutrophication due to nutrient discharge, spread disease, and often still depends on wild fish to feed the farms. The balance remains delicate. On our plates, fish symbolizes an ancestral link between the ocean and humanity. 3.3 billion people obtain almost a fifth of their meat protein from marine life. Damaging our ecosystem will dramatically reduce the ability to feed a large portion of the population, and will therefore reduce the food security that the sea provides us with. Eating sustainably would preserve marine life for future generations. In 2022, 4.9 million fishing vessels were sailing the seas, but the future will depend on our ability to fish without destroying, managing resources, imposing quotas, supporting responsible fishermen. These are the keys to a living ocean. Protecting the sea is not a luxury, it is a shared responsibility, vital for the planet and for all of us. Just as sustainable fishing contributes to the restoration of marine life, addressing the problems of ocean pollution and acidification is equally important. Today, our oceans are under pressure. Plastic waste and increasing carbon emissions are destroying seagrass meadows and coral reefs. These ecosystems are crucial because they protect our coasts and sustain marine life, which, facing the threats they are so close to being irreparable and come directly from the choices we make. There are 11 million tons of plastic that end up in our oceans each year. Though such a crisis is created by ourselves, we can solve it in many ways, such as reducing disposable plastics, strengthening waste management, and developing biodegradable alternatives. Meanwhile, coastal communities are taking the lead in organising cleanup operations. Some organisations are also trying their best on developing more intelligent recycling systems. An innovative project in Norway even collects plastic waste by cleaning drones before it reaches fragile ecosystems. The ocean absorbs 1/3 of our carbon emissions, which changes its chemical composition and leads to ocean acidification. Hence, weakens coral structures, disrupts food chains, and endangers the entire marine ecosystem. But here, we also have power. By choosing public transportation and switching to renewable energy at home, we can mitigate or even reverse the damage. Protecting the ecosystem means addressing the root cause, the emissions. Our blue planet is alive because of the ocean. It shapes our climate, nurtures life, and feeds billions. But human actions have pushed it to the edge. Coral reefs are bleaching, seagrass meadows are disappearing, and overfishing is draining the seas. Plastic and carbon are poisoning the waters that once gave us life. Yet, there is still hope. By cutting pollution, choosing renewable energy, and protecting marine habitats, we can restore balance to our oceans and secure a future where both people and planet thrive.